optimism and reality? Let's think about that. In 1954, Roger Bannister was the first man ever to run a 4-minute mile. Before this point, researchers said it was humanly impossible to run that fast, but that didn't stop him. Similarly, in 1903, the Wright brothers had their first successful flight. Not only did it prove the skeptical people wrong, but it shook the whole world. Let's fast forward to the 21st century. There's a lot of research going on how to colonize Mars and to establish a society. I'm very cynical about this, but deep in my heart, I know it will happen due to all the incredible things around me. The optimism of all these incredible and space-dreaming people is my unreality. So now you can clearly see, two people can perceive the same situation differently. To prepare for this speech, not only did I do research, but I also spoke to people from all walks of life. A professor I met said, "I am extremely optimistic before I start most projects, even though I don't know if they're going to be successful." According to him, if he's not optimistic enough, he will not be able to enthusiastically start the project. So, sometimes being purely optimistic without evaluating reality to judge the outcome is a must. Winston Churchill once famously said, "For myself, I am an optimist. It doesn't seem to be much use to be anything else." I realize how powerful these words are now. Let's think of a baby. When a baby's learning to walk, it crawls, stands up, walks, falls down. And this happens so many times you can't even imagine. But if it wasn't for that baby's optimism, it would have never learned how to walk. Apparently, many people think optimism and optimists are totally different than the way they are. So, let's dissect and debunk a few common myths about optimists. Optimists have no clue how the world works. Optimists are totally fake. Optimists are soft and weak-minded. Optimists stick their heads in dirt and ignore reality. And optimists think happy thoughts while doing nothing. Now let's actually define optimism and compare the real definition to the myths. Optimism means hopefulness or confidence about the successful outcome or future of something. So, when you put optimism and realism together, does it sound oxymoronic? I don't think so. Moreover, a realist can be an optimist, and an optimist can be a realist. It's like mixing oil and water in any given proportion. You might not be able to separate the two, but you'll definitely be able to differentiate them and spot the differences. Just like realists, optimists get flat tires, lose jobs, and even get cancer. But at the end of the day, optimists choose to do it differently in that way. What I conclude is that there is not a fine line between them, but there is a fine balance between both optimism and reality. Those who wish to sing always find a song. Thank you.